God says your miracle will happen in 2 minutes after you see this secret. It's only for you. A good news is coming to your house this Friday. You always skip God. You're not seeing this by accident. What you're hearing right now is not just a message, it's a divine moment. If you skip this, you might miss the one thing you've been praying for. Yes, your breakthrough, your miracle, your answered prayer is tied to what's being revealed right now. It's not random. It's not coincidence. Heaven has aligned this moment with your heart's cry, and if you close your eyes to it now, you may walk away, still carrying a burden that was meant to break off today. God says this secret is personal. It's for you, and the miracle is closer than you think. Comment Amen to affirm what your heart already knows deep inside. God has been watching how you've been holding on, even with tears in your eyes. He saw you sit in silence when you felt ignored. He saw you clench your hands in prayer, even when your faith felt like it was slipping. This word is coming at the right time. You didn't miss your moment. You're standing on the edge of it. Your miracle is already on the way, and it will begin to manifest in 2 minutes after you see this. That breakthrough, it's already been dispatched. The good news that's coming this Friday, it has your name on it, and no one can stop it. You've been skipping God, not because you meant to, but because life has pulled you in so many directions. And yet, even when you've forgotten to pray, God never stopped protecting you. Even when you didn't call His name, He still whispered yours. Even when you looked for love in empty places, His love remained full and overflowing. And now He's calling you back, not to scold you, but to remind you who you really are. You are His child. You are favored, you are not forgotten. If this has already touched your heart, like this video just once, not for me, but as a symbol that you're claiming what's yours. You're saying, God, I receive it. You think it's over, that the disappointment from last week, the silence in your prayer room, the delay in your dreams means God has passed you by, but He hasn't. The reason you're seeing this now is because He is still working. The storm that was supposed to ruin you is actually setting the stage for your next chapter. The betrayal you thought broke you, it's what freed you from what was never meant to stay. The loneliness you hated, it prepared you to hear Him clearly again. Comment 1111 if you believe divine timing is at work in your life. This is the secret. God didn't forget you. He was preparing you. The delay was not denial. The silence was not absence. The wait was your transformation. What felt like an unanswered prayer was actually heaven making room for something far bigger. He was removing people, places, and habits that were never part of your destiny. You thought it was punishment, but it was pruning. You thought He was gone, but He was working the whole time behind the scenes. And now, the shift has come. This is your moment to believe again. Even when logic says it's impossible. Even when your past says you'll only be hurt again. Even when your bank account, your broken heart, and your doubts try to convince you otherwise. God says, this miracle will begin in 2 minutes, not because you earned it, but because He promised it. And He is not a man that He should lie. Every tear you cried, He bottled. Every night you stayed awake in fear, He recorded. And now He is moving on your behalf. There's a reason this week has felt heavier, a reason your mind has been clouded and your heart restless. Because right before the breakthrough, the enemy gets loud. He tries to confuse you, distract you, make you think God is late, but He is not. God is on time. And this time, what He's bringing to your house this Friday will not just be a moment of joy, it will be a testimony you carry for years. There is protection over your home. Angels are already in place. You're not just going to receive a blessing, you are going to carry the presence of God in a way that shifts your entire atmosphere. Depression won't stay. Lack won't stay. The fear that's tried to keep you small will not win this time. This miracle is tailor-made for you, and it's coming quickly. You may not feel worthy, you may feel too broken, but God doesn't choose the perfect. He perfects the chosen, and you have been chosen, not because you have it all together, but because you didn't quit, because you still looked up, even with your hands trembling. That's what heaven honors. That's what moves the heart of God. Remember what he said, the miracle will begin in 2 minutes. And this isn't about luck, it's about alignment. God is saying, I have seen enough, I have heard enough, and now I will do what only I can do. So don't let doubt talk you out of it. Don't let fear convince you to scroll past this. Stay, listen, receive. The blessing isn't just coming for you, it's coming for your family, for your children, for the generations after you. The battles you faced were not just for today, they were for the legacy you're building. The enemy tried to take you out, not because of your past, but because of your future. And now that you've made it this far, nothing can stop what God is about to release. Hold on to this. You are still here for a reason. There were things you went through that should have ended you. Situations that should have drowned your spirit, but here you are, breathing, watching, listening. That's proof enough, proof that purpose still surrounds you, that heaven is not done, that favor still rests on your name. Is it possible to attract money by simply speaking some miraculous words? This 9-word script, verified by Harvard and 6 neuroscience labs, proves you absolutely can. People are using it from their couch and reporting unexpected bank deposits, cleared debts, and upgraded lives. It takes less than 30 seconds. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. The secret isn't just that your miracle is on the way. The real secret is that the miracle is already in motion. You just couldn't see it yet, but now that your eyes are opening, your heart will begin to feel it. The weight will begin to lift. The peace will start to return. And suddenly by Friday, the news you receive will make you fall to your knees in awe. Let your faith rise again, even if it's only a little. That's all God needs, just a mustard seed. That small yes, that small whisper that says, I trust you. And when you give him that, the doors begin to open. The phone call comes, the situation shifts, the healing begins. The peace floods in, and if you're wondering, why me? Here's your answer. Because God saw your pain, because you've suffered in silence and still chose love, because you didn't let the darkness win. That's why this is for you. That's why the miracle is yours. Comment 222 if you trust that this is already unfolding in your life. He's not late. He's not ignoring you. He's been preparing the perfect moment to reveal his power in a way that no one can deny, not even you. And when it happens, you'll know, because everything will align. Peace will rush in like a wave. And you'll feel the presence of God so strong it will silence every fear. It's a preparation. The very thing that's been pressing you down is about to be flipped into the very thing that lifts you up. The storm you're in isn't where your story ends. It's where God shows you who he really is. Don't scroll past this. If you do, you might walk away still carrying what heaven was trying to lift off your shoulders. This miracle that's about to happen, yes, it's real, and it's specific to you. You're not reading this because of luck or timing. It's because heaven has been trying to get your attention. You ask God to show you a sign, and this is it. The miracle isn't delayed. It's been waiting on your heart to open again. The door has always been ready to swing wide, but you needed to be ready to walk through it. You may feel tired, worn down, on the verge of letting go. But hear this: God has not taken his eyes off you, even when you were in the pit, even when you were surrounded by doubt, even when everything you touched seemed to fall apart. He was with you, still is, and now he's moving things in your favor, quietly, powerfully, unshakably. And very soon, the things that made you cry will become the very things that make you shout with joy. Comment 333 to declare your faith right now. The enemy has been busy trying to steal your focus. You've been hit with distractions, delays, doubts. You've questioned your worth. You've questioned whether God still sees you. But now the Spirit of God is saying, I have not forgotten the promise I made to you. The promise is still alive. The vision is still in motion. The miracle hasn't been cancelled. It's just been rerouted to a better time, and that time is now. You were never meant to fight this battle alone. That pain you've been hiding, God knows. That fear you keep pushing down, He's seen it. And His love for you has never wavered. You are still His, still covered, still protected. No curse, no failure, no shame can undo what God has already spoken over you. You are not disqualified. You are chosen for such a time as this. There are things shifting even now in the spirit realm. The heaviness you've been carrying, it's being lifted. The confusion that's clouded your mind, it's being cleared. The chains that have bound your progress, they're breaking. Not tomorrow, not next month, but now. Because when God says 2 minutes, He means it. And when He says good news is coming to your house this Friday, He doesn't lie. This isn't about hype. It's about truth. Real truth. You were made for more than just survival. You were made to walk in authority, in boldness, in favor, not because of who you are, but because of who your Father is. The King of Kings has written your name on His palm, and everything that's tried to come against you, it has to bow at His feet. There is someone reading this who thinks they've messed up too badly to receive this miracle. You think you've gone too far. But God says, my grace is bigger than your failure. He's not looking at your past. He's looking at your heart. And your heart has been aching for Him, even if your mouth hasn't been able to form the words. This is your moment to return, not to religion, but to relationship, to love, to peace, to Him. Comment 555 if you're claiming peace and restoration over your life. The reason the attacks increased lately is because the enemy knows something is coming. He can sense the shift even when you can't. But instead of giving in to fear, it's time to lift your head and stand on the promise. You weren't built to crumble. You were built to overcome, and not by your strength, but by God's strength in you. You've survived what others couldn't. You've endured betrayal, loss, silence, and uncertainty. And even when your faith flickered, you didn't let it die out. That's why God is honoring you now. That's why the miracle is near. It's not a maybe, it's not a chance, it's a certainty, and it's only a breath away. Let this be the day your faith rises, even if it's just a little. That little is enough. That's all God needs to step in and do what only He can do. Your miracle doesn't need your perfection. It just needs your yes. Yes to believing again. Yes to trusting again. Yes to standing when it feels easier to fall. And when you give God that yes, everything changes. What if everything you've been taught about money is a lie? A hidden 9-word prayer buried in a classified FBI report is now helping thousands attract wealth without lifting a finger. Scientists say it activates a 150-million-year-old part of your brain that controls abundance. Harvard-backed, lab-tested, life-changing. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. The news coming to your house this Friday, it won't be normal. It will be something that stirs your soul, something that restores what you lost, something that makes you cry, but this time in awe. And you'll know without a doubt that God was in it, that He never left you, that He's still writing your story. So take heart. Don't let what you see make you forget what God said. What He promised, He will perform. And what He's performing will leave you speechless. Every delay was divine. Every setback was set up. Every heartbreak was a hidden doorway to healing. Nothing was wasted. Nothing was for nothing. It all had purpose. You've been stretched, not broken, pressed, not crushed. And now, like a seed buried deep, you are about to rise. The light is breaking through. The earth is moving. The winds are shifting, and your name is being spoken in rooms you've never even walked into yet. This Friday will mark something new. It's not just good news, it's a divine turn. Stay grounded. Stay expectant. Keep your heart open, because you're going to need it open to receive all that's coming. Don't block the blessing with old pain. Let it go. Release it to God. He's big enough to handle it, and He's gentle enough to heal you through it. This is your time. There is a new sound over your life, the sound of chains falling, the sound of doors opening, the sound of joy returning. God is saying, "This is what I've been preparing you for, not to barely make it, but to flourish, to rise, to carry His light into dark places, and to finally receive the miracle you almost gave up on." That's why it hurts so much lately. That's why it's been heavy. Because you're on the edge of everything changing, and the enemy is terrified of who you are becoming. You may not see it yet, but you've been growing in the dark. Every tear watered your roots. Every sleepless night built resilience in you. The things that tried to bury you didn't know you were a seed, and now you're about to rise in ways that even you won't be able to explain. God is not asking you to figure it all out. He's asking you to trust that He already has. Comment 1212 if you're believing God has already made a way. What you've been waiting for isn't far. It's already on the way. The answers are in motion. The healing has already started. The open doors have already been unlocked. All that's left is for your heart to align with it. God doesn't delay out of neglect. He delays to prepare. And now, both you and the promise are ready. That's why this moment matters. That's why heaven had to make sure you didn't miss it. This is not just a nice word to make you feel better. This is a wake-up call from the one who formed you. You're not forgotten. You're not invisible. Every cry that no one else heard, He heard. Every time you said, "God, I can't do this anymore," He listened, and instead of letting go of you, He held on tighter, because He knew you'd make it. And now that you've come this far, nothing can stop what's coming next. This Friday, you will see what you've been praying for. Maybe not in the exact form you imagined, but in the way you need it most. It will come with peace. It will come with confirmation. It will come with joy that runs deeper than the pain that's been surrounding you. Your home is being marked with favor. Heaven is moving into your space. You've made room by surviving. Now it's time to receive. God is breaking cycles that have followed your family for years. Cycles of fear, of lack, of rejection, of abandonment. They end with you. That's why it's been harder for you than for others. That's why you've had to fight battles in silence, because you weren't just fighting for yourself. You've been standing in the gap for the ones who came before you and the ones who will come after. And heaven is honoring that. You're not behind. You're not late. You're right on time with heaven's calendar. You thought the missed opportunities meant you failed, but God was only waiting until the room was cleared of what wasn't meant to be there. Now, the stage is set. The doors are opening. The oil is flowing again. Your spirit is being revived. This is not the end. This is the beginning of something you've never seen before. Comment 777 if you believe this is your season of completion and divine order. Don't let the weariness fool you. That tired feeling in your soul. It's not because you're weak. It's because you've been wrestling with something spiritual. The pressure hasn't been from failure. It's been from the weight of the promise. But now, God is lifting that weight. He's replacing it with peace, with clarity, with a steady heart that doesn't panic when things don't go your way. You're about to move in a new rhythm, one that's guided by grace, not striving. The voices in your mind telling you it's too late, that you've missed your chance, they're lying. God says nothing is lost in his hands. He restores time. He redeems what was broken. He brings beauty from ashes. And he's about to do that for you in ways that will shock the very people who thought you were done. They're about to witness a comeback that only heaven could write. The reason you've felt pressure is because you're being positioned. God is placing you where your voice, your story, and your faith will break chains for others. Your pain wasn't pointless. It gave you depth, compassion, wisdom. And now, it's going to give you access, not to show off, but to show what God can do through someone who stayed faithful even in the dark. You may feel ordinary, but there is nothing ordinary about what's on your life. You carry the fingerprints of the Creator. You carry favor that can't be explained. That's why people left. That's why things fell apart. That's why doors slammed in your face. Because God was making sure that only what's aligned with Him can come with you into this next season. It's not rejection, it's redirection. Why are neuroscientists obsessed with a 9-word sentence? Because this sentence, spoken once a day, is turning financial stress into sudden blessings. More than 19,000 people have already used it to erase debt and unlock a life of wealth, freedom, and peace. The results are so powerful, some believe it's divine. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. You've been holding on when everything around you said to let go, and that counts, that matters. Your faith has been louder than your fear, even if only by a whisper, and that whisper reached heaven. That's why your name is being spoken in divine places right now. That's why the miracle is scheduled. That's why this Friday is different. If you could only see what's being written about you in heaven right now, you would never doubt again. Angels have been assigned to your name. Protection surrounds you. Provision is chasing you down. Goodness and mercy are walking right beside you. You may feel surrounded, but you're actually shielded, covered, chosen. You've cried alone long enough. You've doubted long enough. You've questioned if you missed it too many times. But now, God is silencing the lies. He's lifting the shame. He's placing a robe of righteousness on your shoulders and calling you by your true name, redeemed, loved, seen, empowered. This is your time to believe again, not based on what you feel, but based on who He is. He is still the God who split the sea, who raised the dead, who made water flow from a rock, who speaks, and it is so. That same God is standing beside you now, saying, I'm not done with you. I'm just getting started. You don't need to see him to know he's near. His presence is surrounding you like a quiet fire, clearing the way, burning away what doesn't belong. This is not the end. It's a sacred pause before the power of God shows up in full force in your life. Do not walk away now. You've come too far. The miracle is closer than ever, and heaven will not let you miss it. Some of you are barely hanging on. You're walking through your days with a smile on your face and exhaustion in your soul. You're doing what needs to be done, but deep down you're wondering if God has forgotten you. He hasn't. He's been closer than the air in your lungs. You may have felt abandoned, but you've never been alone. The hands that shape the universe are the same hands carrying you through this very moment. You're not forgotten. You are fiercely loved. Comment 999 if you believe God is carrying you right now. The enemy has been loud lately, whispering lies into your mind, telling you that it's over, that nothing will change, that you've prayed for too long without seeing results. But those lies are about to be silenced by the voice of God. His voice is not chaotic or cruel. It comes like stillness, like peace, like truth that breaks through confusion. He is reminding you now, the delay was not a denial, it was protection. You weren't waiting in vain. You were being hidden until the right moment. And this right here, right now, is the moment. God is saying to you, I have seen what you've endured. I have watched the nights you cried alone. I have felt your heart when it broke into pieces, and I never turned away. I was storing every tear, preparing every promise, watching over every second. Your pain has not been wasted. Every ounce of it will be turned into purpose. Every loss will lead to a gain. Every rejection will lead to redirection. And what's coming next will make it all make sense. The good news that's about to reach your home this Friday is not just a message, it's a manifestation. It's the physical evidence of what God has already released in the Spirit. You felt it stirring. You've sensed something shifting. That's not your imagination. That's your spirit picking up on what heaven is releasing. And it's coming. Ready or not, it's on its way. You didn't miss it. You haven't run out of time. What God has for you is still yours. It was never based on your perfection, only on His promise. He is not looking for your performance. He is looking for your surrender. Your willingness to believe one more time. Your quiet, simple trust that says, even now, I still believe. That's where the power is. Not in loud declarations, but in that quiet faith that keeps breathing even when everything around says it's over. You've been wondering why the attacks increased the closer you got to this week. It's because the enemy sees what's coming even before you do. He knows your miracle is near, so he's been trying to confuse you, distract you, and wear you out. But God says, stand still. The battle is not yours, it's mine. You won't have to fight this next part. You'll only need to be still and watch as he moves mountains in front of your eyes. Comment 1010 if you're choosing to stand still and let God fight for you. This Friday isn't just another date on the calendar. It's marked, set apart, covered in glory. What's arriving at your door may not look the way you expected, but it will be exactly what your soul has needed. A breakthrough you can touch, a blessing you can feel, a shift you can't deny. The God of miracles is not done, He's not tired, and He's not too late. He's arriving on time with joy in His arms and healing in His wings. Your story is not finished, not even close. You're about to step into chapters filled with answered prayers, unexpected favor, and peace that surpasses all understanding. You won't have to chase it, it will find you. Because when God speaks a word over your life, nothing can stop it. Not time, not fear, not failure. It will come to pass. You are not just surviving, you are rising. You are shaking off the dust of disappointment and stepping into divine alignment. You don't need to understand how it will happen. You just need to keep walking. God doesn't need your map. He needs your trust. And the more you trust Him, the more you'll see doors open that no one can shut. This banned wealth signal was hidden in a government vault for over 70 years until now. It's a simple 9-word brain trigger used by elites to attract unlimited money while the rest of the world struggles. But the moment too many people see this, it could be deleted. Click the link in the description and comments before it's taken down forever. Heaven has heard you, earth is responding, your spirit is awakening. The weight is turning into a win. You didn't come this far just to watch everyone else be blessed. You have a promise too, and it's not small, it's not ordinary, it's something that will shift your atmosphere. Something that will bless others through you. This is bigger than you thought, and it's closer than you know. This is a holy moment. Don't downplay it. Don't treat it like just another word. God is speaking directly to your heart. He's saying, I never left, I never stopped working, and I'm still the God of miracles. Watch what I'm about to do in your life. Hold that. Believe that. Live like it's already on the way. The winds are changing. The spiritual climate is shifting. The things that used to hold you down are losing their grip. The chains are falling. The old fear is breaking. The lies are losing power. And your soul is waking up to the truth. It's your time. You are chosen. You are loved. You are about to see what you've been praying for, not just hear about it. See it. Touch it. Live in it. Don't be afraid to believe again. Let your heart hope again. It's safe now. God has surrounded you. He's laid a table before you, even in the presence of everything that tried to take you out. Your cup is about to overflow. Your dry places are about to be filled. Your closed doors are about to swing wide open. He's been getting closer while you've been falling apart. You've been looking for answers, but God is the one looking at you, waiting for your heart to open enough to let Him move freely. And now, because you've stayed through the silence, the disappointment, the loneliness, the breakthrough is being released. What's coming is not just change, it's restoration, the kind only God can bring. You're not behind, you haven't failed, and you are not cursed. Let that sink in. What happened to you wasn't proof that God was punishing you, it was proof that God was protecting you. He didn't let that door open because He saw what was on the other side. He didn't let that person stay because they were never meant to carry the weight of your destiny. The losses weren't losses in His eyes. They were shifts, strategic removals, divine detours. And now, because you stayed faithful even when you were confused, you're about to receive what only faith can unlock. Comment 1515 if you believe God is restoring everything the enemy tried to take from you. This isn't about chance. This is about promise. When God said He would never leave you, He meant it. When He said He had plans to prosper you and not harm you, He wasn't lying. Even when it felt like nothing was happening, everything was happening. Heaven has been working in silence, and now you're about to see what's been hidden. You're about to witness prayers being answered in ways you didn't even know were possible. This Friday is not ordinary. God has marked it for you. What's coming to your house is more than just a good news. It's a divine announcement. It's going to confirm that the waiting wasn't wasted. It's going to show you why you had to walk through what you did. It's going to reveal why the no had to come before the yes. And when you see it, you'll realize God didn't forget. He was preparing something that required time. And now the time has come. You've been fighting battles that no one sees, holding back tears behind smiles, trying to hold it all together while your heart quietly asks, God, do you even hear me anymore? And He says yes. Loud and clear, He's heard every unspoken word. And he's not just listening, he's responding. He's moving, he's releasing. He's breaking down the barriers that stood too long and lifting up the blessings that were waiting behind the wall. And once the wall falls, it will all come in like a flood. He knows how tired you are. He sees how long you've been standing. This word isn't just encouragement, it's confirmation. God says, your miracle will happen in 2 minutes. And for many of you, that moment is now. Something is about to lift off of you. Something is about to open. And what was once dry ground will become living water. You're not entering another storm, you're exiting one. Comment 1717 if you believe this is your turnaround moment. You may not feel strong, but God never needed your strength. He just needed your surrender. He's the one who parts seas, calms storms, and walks through fire with you. He never asked you to do it alone. He just asked you to believe that He can, and He will. He's doing it now. In the silence, in the unseen, in the areas of your life where you've cried, Lord, I don't know what to do. He's stepping in, not with noise but with power. Not with pressure, but with peace. You've been faithful in the quiet. You've prayed when no one else was watching. You've worshipped with a broken heart. You've served when you felt empty. And God saw it all. He watched you give when you didn't have much. He watched you choose kindness when bitterness would have been easier. And now, He's rewarding you in the open. What's coming won't just bless you, it will honor the hidden places you thought no one saw. This is not the time to give up. This is the moment to look up, because what you're about to receive is only possible by God. You're not going to have to manipulate it, chase it, or beg for it. It's going to find you, because favor follows obedience. And even in your pain, you obeyed. Even in your doubts, you stayed. That's what heaven moves for. That's what unlocks the miraculous. Can just saying 9 words daily actually make money flow into your life? A top neuroscientist says yes, and the FBI accidentally confirmed it. This forgotten prayer is now transforming ordinary people into debt-free and financially free for life. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the link in description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. You may have been skipped by people, overlooked by systems, left behind by friends, but you have never been skipped by God. Not once. And now, in the very same place where they said nothing good could come out of your life, God is about to show up. He's going to bless you in public, in front of those who doubted, in front of those who walked away, not for revenge, but for redemption, for glory. So the world will know it wasn't luck, it was the Lord. Something is breaking in your favor even now. Something is shifting in your household, in your finances, in your relationships. The atmosphere around you is changing because heaven is moving on your behalf. The sound of chains breaking is being heard in the spirit, and soon your eyes will see what your soul has known. God never stopped being faithful. There's going to be a moment, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, where you'll pause and say, "This is what I prayed for." That moment is closer than you think. Keep expecting it, keep declaring it. Speak life even if you feel weary. Praise even when the promise feels far. Because what you speak in faith now will be what you walk into next. You are not the broken person the world tried to label you as. You are not the mistake you made. You are not the trauma you survived. You are a child of God, a warrior, a vessel of glory, and no curse, no lie, no loss can erase the seal of God on your life. The promise still stands, and the miracle is still on the way. He's not done, not even close. You are still the one He chose, still the one He calls, still the one He's about to bless in a way that makes you weep, not out of sorrow, but out of holy awe, the kind that makes you fall to your knees and say, "Only God could have done this." So don't stop now. Keep pressing in. Keep your eyes lifted. You are closer than you've ever been, and what's coming is greater than what you lost, greater than what you expected, greater than what you've imagined. He's not done showing you who he is, and what he's about to do will not just answer your prayer, it will redefine how you see him. You've known him as protector, you've known him as comforter, but now you're about to know him as the God of sudden, unstoppable breakthrough. What's happening around you might not look like progress, but in the spirit, it's already done. The moment you cried out and asked God for help, heaven responded. You may not have seen the results yet, but things have been moving ever since. Angels have been assigned, doors have been aligned, hearts have been softened, provision has been released. It's been unfolding in the unseen, and now it's about to show up in your reality. You're not forgotten. That feeling you've had lately, the ache that no one understands, the quiet sadness that you try to hide, it's not unnoticed by God. He doesn't need you to pretend to be strong. He just wants you to be open. Let him in, even in the broken places, especially in the broken places. That's where his presence rests the heaviest. That's where his glory shows up the strongest. Comment, Amen. If you receive this word as your confirmation, you've been tested over and over again, and the tests haven't been easy. Some of them nearly crushed you, but the reason the pressure was so intense was because of what God is building inside you. You weren't being punished. You were being strengthened. You've been stretched so far you thought you'd snap, but instead of breaking, you expanded. Your capacity grew. Your faith deepened. And now, what's coming won't overwhelm you, it will fit you. What you didn't know was that the waiting season was shaping you for the weight of what you're about to carry. The favor, the influence, the assignment, the answered prayers. If they had come before now, you wouldn't have been able to hold them, but now you've been made ready. The delay wasn't about withholding, it was about preparing. You asked God for a miracle, and he decided to make you strong enough to carry it well. This Friday is not just a date on the calendar, it's a divine delivery, a spiritual turning point. You'll feel it before you see it. Your heart will know. Peace will come first. Then clarity, then the shift. And when it shows up, it'll feel like a wave of relief, a breath of fresh air after years of suffocating in silence. Don't doubt it when it comes. Don't minimize it. Receive it fully. It's been a long time coming. Comment 222 if you trust that your spirit is being prepared for what's next. God is moving through places you thought were dead, relationships that were broken beyond repair, finances that felt impossible to recover, dreams you almost buried. He's not afraid of any of it. In fact, he does his best work in impossible places. That's where he gets the most glory. That's where miracles break out. And that's where your story is about to turn. You thought this was the end of the chapter, but God is just now beginning the part where things start to change. Don't close the book yet. Don't stop showing up. There is more. There is better. And it's not far off, it's at the door. What you've been asking for is closer than your next breath. The moment your faith aligns with God's timing, the miracle manifests. And this, right here, is that moment. Why are 55 countries using the same mysterious money script? Because a leaked research file just exposed a 9-word pattern that activates wealth-attracting pathways in the brain. Repeat it daily and watch money flow like water into your life. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. You don't need 100 reasons to believe just one. And here it is. He has never failed you before, not once. Even in the worst moments, you're still here. That means mercy found you, grace carried you, and love never let go. If He's been faithful in your past, He will be faithful in your future. The same God who showed up for you then is showing up for you now. There's a reason you didn't quit. There's a reason your spirit kept fighting, even when your mind was tired. God was holding you together. He was protecting your purpose. He was reminding your heart of the promise. And now that you've held on through the shaking, He's about to reward you in ways you never saw coming. The heaviness that's been following you, it's lifting. The confusion that's clouded your thinking, it's clearing. The fear that's tried to paralyze your steps, it's losing its grip. You are not going backward, you are stepping forward, even if you feel like you're crawling. Every move you make in faith is progress. Every small yes to God is a doorway to something greater. Don't measure your success by what you can see, measure it by your obedience. God isn't asking you to be perfect. He's asking you to stay connected, to keep listening, to keep leaning in. And as you do, He will guide you step by step. You won't miss what He has for you. What's for you has already been sealed with your name on it. No one can take it. No force can block it. You're not going to have to chase what's coming. It will arrive on its own, led by God's hand. It will come when you least expect it but need it most, and it will be unmistakably Him. The timing, the provision, the peace, it will all scream of His goodness, and you'll know that it couldn't have been anyone but God. There's a sweetness in this season, even in the struggle. A softness in how God is speaking. He's not yelling at you, He's not pushing you. He's gently calling you back to the place where miracles happen, a surrendered heart. And when you give Him that, you give Him room to do what you can't. That's when the miracle breaks loose. Don't let your current situation trick you into thinking the promise has changed. It hasn't. What God said still stands. Every word, every whisper, every dream, it's all intact. And now, heaven is leaning in, ready to perform the very thing it spoke over your life long ago. This isn't just inspiration, it's a divine announcement. You are the one God has chosen to rise, to heal, to walk in fullness. You are the one who will carry light into darkness, who will stand in the gap for others, who will testify of what God can do with someone who simply refuses to quit. You've been broken, yes, but you've also been built, stronger, wiser, unshakable. That's confirmation. You're not crazy for believing, you're not foolish for hoping. The presence of God is closer now than it's ever been. He's drawing near because He's about to do something in your life that only He can do. You've spent nights wondering if your prayers were bouncing off the walls. You've walked through days feeling unseen, unheard, forgotten. But heaven has been silent for a reason, not because God isn't there, but because God was working in ways your eyes couldn't yet see. The silence wasn't abandonment. It was a setup for something so divine, so specific, that no enemy could interfere with it. The miracle that's coming to your house this week has been preserved and protected just for you. Comment Amen if your spirit says yes to what's being spoken over you. There's something powerful about quiet obedience, about staying faithful when no one sees, about trusting God when it feels like nothing is happening. And you've done that. You've believed through the delays. You've kept walking even with trembling legs. That is the kind of faith that moves mountains. That's the kind of faith God responds to. And now He's moving not just around you but within you, restoring hope, healing wounds, resetting your path, reviving what felt dead. He hasn't just been preparing the blessing for you, He's been preparing you for the blessing. Because what's coming isn't temporary. It's not a moment of relief followed by another round of pain. What God is bringing to you is lasting, stable, secure, the kind of blessing that brings rest to your soul, the kind of shift that brings peace to your house. This Friday, something new begins, and you'll never go back to what was. You've been looking for signs, pleading for confirmation. And here it is. God says, I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. I am still the God who parts seas, who multiplies loaves, who speaks, and it is so. I am the God of miracles. And I have chosen this time, this moment, to show you that I have not forgotten the promise I made to you. Comment 1111 if you believe divine timing is unfolding right now. It's time to let go of what you thought had to happen. Sometimes the reason things didn't go as planned is because God was protecting you from what you couldn't see. You thought it was rejection, but it was rescue. You thought it was the end, but it was just a redirection. The doors that closed were not failures, they were mercies. God is not taking things from you to leave you empty. He's making room for something greater. What secret did the FBI hide about your brain and money? They discovered a phrase just 9 words long that flips a switch in your mind to attract wealth without effort. It's already changed the lives of thousands of people in just weeks. If you're seeing this, you're lucky the page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. Don't be afraid to receive it. When the miracle shows up, and it will, you might be tempted to question it, to feel like it's too good to be true. But remember, God isn't limited by your past, your mistakes, or your fears. He gives freely. He blesses boldly. He doesn't just restore what was lost, He multiplies it. So when it comes, open your hands, open your heart. It's not a trick, it's your time. This Friday is a line in the sand, the end of one season and the beginning of another. The chains that held you back, fear, anxiety, shame, guilt are being broken. You won't carry them into this next part. God is breaking generational patterns, lifting family curses, opening doors that were shut for generations. What couldn't be done before will be done through you. You are the shift. You are the answered prayer for your bloodline. You may not feel ready, but God says you are. Not because you have it all figured out, but because you're willing to trust, willing to believe, willing to try again. That's what heaven looks for, not perfection, but surrender. And your surrender is what's unlocking the floodgates of favor right now. There's a reason you've been feeling the pressure more than usual, the attacks, the delays, the mental weight. It's all because you're about to step into something that will scare the enemy, something that will light up the dark places, something that will bless more than just you. That's why you can't quit. That's why you've been carried even when you felt too weak to stand. God didn't let you fall apart, because the promise still stands. You've cried for this, prayed for this, waited for this, and it's coming. This isn't hype. This isn't coincidence. This is the manifestation of something God spoke over your life before you were even born. The pain didn't cancel the promise. The heartbreak didn't delay heaven. The doubts didn't disqualify you. You're still the one, still chosen, still marked, still held in the palm of His hand. And this miracle, it's not going to come quietly. It's going to break in suddenly. It's going to shift things publicly. The people who saw your struggle are going to see your breakthrough, not so you can boast, but so God can be glorified. Your life is about to tell a story no one saw coming. And it will be a testimony that brings others out of their own darkness. So breathe deep, lift your head. This is not the end. This is the turn, the moment the tide changes. The moment everything hidden starts to rise. God is not finished with you. He is just getting started, and the miracle is already in motion. You don't need to chase signs. This is the sign. You don't need to beg for favor. It's been chasing you this entire time. You are stepping into a divine appointment. It's been on the calendar of heaven since the beginning. And no mistake, no setback, no person can stop it now. All God asks is that you stay open. Keep your heart soft. Don't give in to the bitterness. Don't let past pain make you hard. Keep loving. Keep trusting. Keep hoping. Because what's coming is going to be worth every single tear, every delay, every lonely night, every moment you wanted to give up. God knows. He understands how deep the pain has gone, and still, He chose this moment to speak straight to you, not to judge you, but to lift you. Not to remind you of what you lost, but to point to what's about to come into your life. You're not behind, you're not forgotten, you're exactly where He wants you to be, at the edge of a miracle. You're about to walk into something you didn't see coming, but it will be the very thing your soul has been aching for. Not a quick fix, not a shallow blessing, but a deep, healing kind of miracle. A shift that doesn't just change your situation, it changes you. It restores the parts of you that were left in pieces. It breathes life back into dreams you buried. And it shows you that even when you stopped trusting yourself, God never stopped trusting what He put inside you. You've battled in silence. You've had nights where you laid in bed, staring at the ceiling, wondering why things still haven't changed. You've prayed prayers you didn't even have words for, just tears, and God heard those too. Those weren't wasted. In fact, those moments carried more weight than you realize. They moved heaven, and now heaven is moving for you. Comment 333. If you're ready to declare your faith out loud, no matter how tired you are. There is good news on the way to your house. It's been traveling through unseen highways of favor. Sent out at just the right time, delayed by nothing, missed by no one, and marked with your name. It's not just something small either. It's going to change how you see your situation, how you see your purpose, and how you see your God. It'll come with peace, with confirmation, and with a sense of relief that you haven't felt in a long, long time. This season has been stretching you, tearing at places you didn't know still had pain. But God never wastes the breaking. Every time something in your life cracked open, He used it to make room for something better. You didn't lose what mattered, you lost what couldn't stay. And now that there's space, He's ready to fill it. Sometimes it takes a breaking to receive a blessing. Not because God wants to hurt you, but because He wants to release you. Release you from the weight you weren't created to carry. Release you from the fear that kept you stuck. Release you from the lies that convinced you you'd never be enough. And now that the old is being stripped away, you're ready to step into the new. He's already prepared it. A neuroscientist says yes. A 9-word script, long buried in government files, can fire up a prehistoric brainwave that pulls money in faster. This breakthrough is already under legal pressure and could disappear any second. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. This Friday is not random. You've been circling the same battles for too long. The same thoughts, the same fears, the same delays. But something is about to snap in the spirit, like a rope that's been pulled too tight for too long. The tension will break, and when it does, you'll feel freedom. You'll breathe again. You'll move without the weight that's been pressing on your chest for months. Comment 555 if you're claiming peace and divine release over your life right now. You've been trying to hold it all together, but that's not your job anymore. God is saying, let me hold it now. Let me carry you. Let me show you that this burden was never yours to manage. That's why your strength has been failing. It wasn't meant to sustain you. But his strength, it doesn't run out. It never grows tired. And it's carrying you even now, through every moment that feels impossible. What's coming to your house isn't just good news, it's God news. A message with weight, a divine interruption that shifts the atmosphere. And you'll know it's him. You won't have to question it, because peace will settle over you like a soft blanket. Anxiety will lose its grip, confusion will melt away, and for the first time in a long time, you'll feel safe again. Not because your life is perfect, but because his presence is enough. You didn't miss your chance. Stop believing that lie. The moment you're about to step into is one you could not have forced, rushed, or created on your own. It had to be now, not sooner, not later. Now. This is the moment when preparation meets promise, when all the waiting finally turns into walking, when all the pain finally makes sense, because what's ahead of you will be so full of God's fingerprints, you'll know none of it was wasted. Your faith has survived what would have destroyed others. Your hope has endured disappointment that could have turned your heart cold, but instead of giving up, you stayed, you kept praying, you kept showing up, and because of that, heaven is about to honor you. This isn't about reward, it's about restoration. God is restoring what was broken, redeeming what was lost, rebuilding what fell apart, and nothing can stop it now. God's hand is on your life in a way that even you can't deny anymore. You may not feel worthy, you may still carry shame, but he's not looking at what you've done. He's looking at what he's destined you to become. And he's not finished. He's still writing, still shaping, still opening doors no one can shut. Don't get discouraged by the fact that you haven't seen it yet. Miracles start in silence. They begin when no one's watching, when no one's cheering, but then suddenly they rise, they break out, they flood in. That's the moment you're about to enter. The shift is coming, and it's not going to be subtle. It'll be so undeniable that even those who doubted will have to admit God was with you. So breathe. Let go of the fear. Let go of the need to control the outcome. Let go of the timeline you had in your head. God's not late. He's right on time. And what he's about to do won't just restore your hope, it will restore your identity. You'll see yourself differently, not as broken, not as forgotten, but as beloved, chosen, carried, called. This is a turning point. What happens this week will shift the months ahead. Doors will open, hearts will change, peace will return, and joy will overflow. You won't have to make it happen. You'll just have to receive it. Let him do what only he can do.